both legs hooked. We've got a new champion. We've got a new champion.
Do I consider myself the greatest AEW World Champion of all time?
And new All Elite Wrestling World Champion.
For my money, Jon Moxley has almost always been the face of AEW.
This is the AEW World Championship. It's beautiful because of what it represents. It represents the passion for this sport, passion for this business.
Well, Moxley comes into AEW with a loaded roster and takes over.
It represents the passion of the guys and girls in the back and the fans that fill the arenas and watch at home.
This guy is the proverbial fighting champion. He's constantly grinding. He's constantly fighting. He's constantly competing.
Every AEW fan out there that said, we want something different, we want something better, we brought pro wrestling back.
He's overcome personal demons. We've talked about his alcohol issues and how he fought through that. He's just got a great fighting spirit. And sometimes I wonder if he likes to fight too much.
So I will defend this belt with my life. I'm cashing my chip in full gear!
Jon Moxley is the best wrestler in the world, for now. And I really hope he enjoys that honor and distinction, because I have gone through a lot.
We've seen a different side out of MJF over the last few weeks, but I'm not sure everyone fully believes that's who he is.
All the shit I've gone through, all the trauma, all the bullying, all the blood, the sweat, the tears, it would make it all worth it. And even if I only feel a sense of satisfaction for all of 3 seconds, it's 3 seconds of my life where I'll actually be fulfilled.
I got a big question for you. You haven't been seen on AEW television since the firm's brutal attack. So, with your big match heading into full gear for the World Heavyweight title, how you feeling?
To me, the richest prize in this sport is the AEW World title. That's a fact. The highest honor you could possibly achieve is that AEW World Championship.
It's impossible to know for certain what was going through MJF's head during his time away from AEW. Perhaps he became more focused on winning the AEW World Championship, but he was already fixated on that.
This MJF is a child.
We see people that lead the charge of a generation bring professional wrestling to new heights.
He wants to be exactly like the heroes he grew up idolizing.
Guys like Bruno Sammartino, Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair.
But he's going through a bit of an identity crisis right now.
And that is exactly who MJF is.
MJF drips and reeks of insecurity.
For the first time in my life, I'm gonna earn it.
There's a lot of big,
I wanted more money.
giant,
Tony wasn't budging for a smidge.
overinflated,
Daddy took his ball and went home.
fat,
Tony realized that, oh shit, I need Daddy.
balloon-sized egos.
So he paid Daddy. And now Daddy's back.
Every time MJF has been faced with a big challenge in AEW, there's always been some sort of external force that mysteriously swoops in and helps MJF win those matches.
MJF is the type of guy that by any means necessary, you know?
I have done a lot of bad things in my life. And I'm not saying that if I win this title, it washes that all away. But more than anything, even if it only lasts for 3 seconds, what that world title means to me is being able to let go of all the bullshit, of all the trauma, of all the heartache.
And if a bloody email is what it took to get you to this place, and you've held on to that for 7 years,
it means it was all worth it.
You've had it easy, sunshine.
Do you really believe that MJF is physically tough enough to withstand the onslaught, better known as Jon Moxley?
He calls himself
A generational talent.
I'm sure he read that in a book somewhere. He calls himself a pillar, even though he has no idea what it feels like to have any weight on his back. And he calls himself the devil. You've never seen bad things. I've been some bad places and seen some bad people do some very bad things. And kiddo, that ain't you.
Ever since I entered AEW, I've had to get the spotlight stolen from me in my big moments. I am not waiting for the spotlight anymore. I am grabbing it.
I'm gonna want to pull the ring out. I'm gonna want to put it on my pinky, and I'm gonna want to bash his freaking skull in. But I really, truly, for the first time in my life, I want to earn it.
I have stared into the void of death. What are you gonna do to me?
I don't need a Dynamite diamond ring to knock your lights out. Because come full gear, the devil gets his due.